Hello and welcome back. This is now video number 3. This one is all about when you mess up. So in the first video, we talked about your identity. I'm the type of person that, and you build your behaviors based on that. In video 2, we talked about small but mighty. So compounding different habits, building them up as we go. A domino will not knock over a pile of dominoes until you start the one. So it goes bang, bang, bang. Then all of a sudden it can be thousands of kilometers long. And as long as it just keeps going, you just have that one little domino, it builds up. It just keeps going and going and going. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what do you do when you mess up? So first and foremost, I want to put a parentheses around messing up. Okay. What happens is we tend to say, oh, I messed up. And we often make that something about ourselves. We're like, okay, well, I'm a bad person now because I messed up, right? And we take this like defeative nature to do that. And that's completely normal. So I want to give you that context first and foremost, that you're not messing up per se, or when you do have a little bit of a fallback, it's important to know that one, you can always get back on the wagon. And the more you do the habits, the easier that becomes. Give yourself some compassion. Right? We all mess up. We do. Sometimes it lasts for a day, sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a month. Hey, life goes on, right? Give yourself some compassion. Take this opportunity to look at, like, what can I do? What have I done? What have I gone through? What habits have I implemented? And then when you mess up, you're like, okay, but it's just a small little piece of the grand picture, of the bigger picture. It's that 80-20 rule. 80-20. Are you meant to be perfect all the time? No. In fact, you can never be. No one can ever do 100% all the time. It's exhausting. It would be exhausting. It's impossible. Okay. Again, you'll start to beat yourself up over it, and it's not going to affect anything. It's not going to do any good. So there's 7 days in a week. And if you have 6 great days and 1 day that's not so much, oh well, right? You have 2 meals at your week that aren't so great by your own standards. Oh, well, move on, right? And the more you can be compassionate to yourself, the better you'll eventually do. A couple tools that you can use when it comes to when you mess up, again, mess up, is one, planning in advance. So if you know on Saturday you're going to be out with friends, be like, I'm going to have 2 glasses of wine and 1 piece of pizza. You're more likely to follow through when you've planned more than 24 hours in advance versus see food, eat food type of mentality. And we've all been there, right? We've all been there for sure. Another thing you can do is just have an accountability buddy. Message somebody, say, hey, Suzanne, hey, George, I don't know, whatever name you can think of, and just let them know how you're doing. Say a few wins for the day, even though you've had a rough day and you might have fallen off the wagon or you messed up. What are some wins that happened during that day? And when you focus on where you're actually improving versus where you're screwing up, in the long term, you'll be more thankful for yourself and you'll show up for yourself more and more. All right, see you in video 4, guys.